Hi, it's Mr. Smith, and we're going to do homework number 3 right about now. Okay, homework 3. Recognize it? Yeah, alright. Problem number 1. What are two other names for angle 1? So angle 1's right here, so we could call it angle ABC because it works like that, and B, of course, is the vertex. Or we could call it angle CBA. We can't call it angle B because more than one angle share this vertex. So it can only be angle ABC or angle CBA. Those are the best answers. Okay, number 2. If measure of angle ABD equals 85, what is an expression to represent measure of angle ABC? Okay, so it says if ABD is 85. So if this is 85, and we want to figure out what this is, well, think about this. This is x. So if we take the 85 and we subtract the x, that's going to give us ABC. So the expression would be 85 minus x. That's an equivalent expression to angle 1 because it's the entire 85 minus the x, leaving us ABC, which is exactly what we're trying to find. Alright, next, classify angle ABC. Well, here's angle ABC. It's clearly less than 90 degrees, so that's easy. It's a cute little angle. Acute. Alright. Cute angle. Alright, number 4, vocabulary. How many sides can two congruent angles share? Okay. If we have two angles that are congruent, in other words, they have the same measure, well, what you can do is put them next to each other. And if these two angles have the same measure, well, then they can share just this one side. So that's probably true. They can share one side. They can't share two sides because this one and this one can't touch each other. I suppose you could say that this counts as an angle. This would be a 180 degree angle here. And if this one here is 180, then this one down here is also 180. In which case, I guess they share two. Honestly, I think this is a silly question. I'm not too worried about it. If you understand what I'm saying, in this case, these congruent angles share one side, or these two 180 degree angles share two sides. If you understand what I'm saying, you're doing fine. Don't worry about it. The answer itself is sort of a strange one. Okay, number 5, error analysis. Your classmate concludes from the diagram below that angle JKL, this is angle JKL right here, is congruent to angle LKM. Well, is your classmate correct? We do know that this is a straight line, and therefore that this angle here has to be 180 degrees. We know that that's 180 degrees. But what your classmate is saying is that this is the same as this. Well, we don't have any proof of that. In order to prove that, this would have to be 90 and this would have to be 90. But we don't have any information to support that. So what we would say is no, the classmate is not correct because there's no proof of 90 degree angles. So they might look like it, but there's no proof. And the key thing is in geometry you need proof. We don't have proof, so the answer is no. Your classmate is jumping to conclusions. Alright, number 6. Name each shaded angle in 3 different ways. Well, they're not shaded here, but anyway, this one you can call it angle XYZ or angle ZYX. This is a very familiar thing. As long as the vertex is second, that's cool. Of course, the third way, the least preferred way, but it's still true, is you can call it by its vertex. This one could be angle ABC or angle CBA or angle B, or you could even call it just angle 1. Alright, I got 4 answers. You see that? ABC, CBA, B, or angle 1. Those all work. This one here, we're going to be talking about this angle here. So if we're talking about this one, we're going to call it either angle JKM or angle MKJ or angle 2. We cannot call it angle K. The reason we can't call it angle K is that more than one angle comes from the vertex at K. So you can't just call it K because that's not specific enough. Which is also why I don't like the one-letter answer, in case you're wondering. But these three answers are all excellent answers. Okay, next, use the diagram below. Find the measure of each angle, then classify the angle as acute, right, obtuse, or straight. Number 9, angle EAF. Well, here's the diagram. Here's E, here's A, here's F. If F is here, then our angle is going up here. If you look at our angle, this is clearly an acute angle, so I'm going to choose the number that is less than 90 degrees. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, straight up 70. No mystery there, 70 degrees. Number 10, DAF. Here's D, here's A, here's F. Well, it certainly looks like a 90-degree angle, and since this is at 0 and ray AD is exactly on the 90, that's also a very easy read, 90 degrees. 11, angle BAE. Here's B, here's A, here's E. So here we have an obtuse angle. It's greater than 90 degrees. If it's greater than 90 degrees, I need to choose the number that is greater than 90. So I will not choose 70 this time. I'll choose 110 degrees. All right, cool. Number 12, angle BAC. Here's B, here's A, here's C. This is a narrow little acute angle. So I'm going to choose the smaller angle. In this case, it's not on the 10s, it's between, it's on the 5s. So I've got to basically say, what's that number that's halfway between 20 and 30? The answer is going to be 25. 25 degrees. Again, I chose the small number because clearly this is an acute angle. There's no way it's going to be 155 or whatever. It's going to be 25. 13, angle CAE. Here's C, here's A, here's E. This one's tricky because neither one of them is on the 0, but we do know that it goes from here to here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out what this number is and subtract it from this number. So this number here is 25 and this number here is 110. So what I'm going to do is 110 minus 25, and that's going to get me, and I borrow, and if I'm borrowing there, then I've got to turn this into a 10, and 10 minus 2 is 8. The answer is 85 degrees. See, what I did is I said, how far is it from here to here? Well, we're going from 25 up to 110, so that has to be 85 degrees. Last one, angle DAE. That's this angle here, DAE. So that question there is how far from here to here? Well, we're going from 90 up to 110. 90 to 110, simple subtraction. The answer is 20 degrees. No problem. All right, next, draw a figure that fits each description. I need to draw an obtuse angle and call it angle RST. It says obtuse, it doesn't say how many degrees. It's pretty easy to make an obtuse angle. All you gotta do is make an angle that's greater than 90. If you look at the names RST, the one that matters is S. S has to be the vertex. I can put R here, I can put R here, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna put R here and put T here just to be clever, just to do it backwards, because it's still right, it doesn't matter. As long as S is the vertex, it's correct. Number 16, an acute angle GHJ. Alright. So it's the same concept. You draw an acute. It's always smartest to name the vertex first. If this is H, this can be J, this can be G. It doesn't really matter. As long as that's H, we're good. And a straight angle. Okay, a straight angle. That's an angle that goes like a line. It's a 180-degree angle. KLM. Well, this has to be L. This can be M over here. This could be K over here. It's a straight angle. It's a 180-degree angle. It just looks like a straight line. Piece of cake. Okay. Number 18. Use the diagram below. Complete each statement. Angle CBJ is congruent. In other words, is the same as. Well, let's find angle CBJ. Here's C, here's B, here's J. So we're talking about this angle here. As you can see, it has the double mark. So let's find another angle that has double mark. Aha. That means that these two are congruent to each other. So the name for this angle, we can call it FHG, angle FHG, or we can call it DHG. I'm going to go with angle FHG, but DHG would also be correct, as would GHF. As long as H is the vertex, and we're talking about this angle here, we're good. Next, angle FJH is congruent to. So where's F? Here's F, here's J, here's H. So as you can see, we're talking about this angle here, which has the triple mark. Look for the other triple mark. Oh, it's this one. Okay, so these two are congruent. So then this angle that we're talking about must be congruent to this. So what's the name for this angle? Well, you can call it angle BJA or angle AJB. I'm going to call it angle BJA. Not too hard. Number 20, if the measure of angle EFD is 75, all right, let's look at this. EFD, that's this little angle right here. It says 75. You see how I wrote that in right away? It makes my life easier. All right, so if EFD is 75, then the measure of angle JAB, here's J, here's A, here's B. Aha, you see how it has the same mark? That means they're congruent. So the measure of angle JAB, very simply, must also be 75 degrees. Not too tough. 21, if the measure of angle GHF is 130, GHF, that's this one with the double mark, then JBC is this one, it must also be 130. Alright, number 22. If measure of angle ABD equals 79, what are the measure of angle ABC and DBC? Alright, this is a little trickier, but if ABD equals 79, that means that this plus this must be 79. So what I've got to do is kind of a little combining like terms problem. I got 5x plus 4 plus 8x minus 3 equals 79. Alright, so I'm going to combine like terms. 5x plus 8x is 13x. Positive 4 minus 3 is 1. So 13x plus 1 is 79. I subtract 1 from both sides. I get 13x equals 78. I divide by 13. I get x equals 6. Alright, now that's not the answer. That's just the variable. Now you plug it back in. Angle ABC is this angle right here. So I plug in 6 for x. I get 8 times 6 is 48. 48 minus 3 is 45. So that angle is 45. The other angle is 5x plus 4. If x is 6, 6 times 5 is 30. 30 plus 4 is 34. To check my work, 34 plus 45 is 79, which is exactly what we started out with. We know our work is correct. Cool. Alright, next. Angle RQT is a straight angle. What are the measures of angle RQS and the measure of angle TQS? Well, straight angle tells us that it's 180 degrees. So then this plus this must equal 180. So we get 6x plus 20 plus 2x plus 4 equals 180. And we're just going to combine like terms. 6x plus 2x is 8x. 20 plus 4, because it's plus plus, 20 plus 4 is plus 24 equals 180. We subtract 24 from both sides. Minus 24, minus 24. We get 8x equals 156. Is my math correct? Yep. Alright. Then I'm going to divide to find x. Okay. So what I'm going to get is 156 divided by 8. 8 goes into 156, goes into 15 one time. It goes into 76 9 times. 9 times 8 is 72. It goes into 45 times, so it's 19.5 for x. Ah, thanks for the decimal, guys. Jeez, awesome. Alright, we want to find this angle here. So it's 2x plus 4. Well, 2 times 19.5 is 39. 39 plus 4 equals 43. So this angle here is 43 degrees. This one has to add up to 180 with this one. So I'm going to guess that it's 137. But I'm also going to prove it. 6 times 19.5. 6 times 19.5. Little decimal review, fun stuff, fun stuff. 5 times 6 is 30. 9 times 6 is 54. And 1 times 6 is this, 6. We get, what do we get? 0, 7, 11. We get 117. Plus 20 is 137, which is exactly what we had before. So the measure of angle RQS is 43. The measure of angle TQS is 137. Okay, not too bad. A little algebra just to bring it all back, because yeah, this is math class, among other things. Thanks a lot. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.